Hello, good morning, dear students. Welcome to KLS Kokte College of Commerce, Belagavi. Myself, Professor S.B. Bendigiri, Department of Economics, taking online classes for third semester students. As we started the first unit, that is industrial development, in that, in the previous three videos, I have completed the meaning, factors influencing and inhibiting industrialization, and meaning and role of public sector in Indian economy. Today let us have a brief discussion on the introduction, meaning, features and objectives of private sector. In the introductory part, let us have a discussion on the preamble of private sector. In the past, private sector enjoyed complete freedom. There was no state interference in the private sector activities. But after the First World War, which took place between 1914 to 1918, government of many countries started interfering in the private sector activities. Directly, they were participating in the economic and industrial activities of private entrepreneurs. Many restrictions were placed on private sector again in the 90s. We are witnessing the unregulated growth of private sector with advent of LPG, that is liberalization, globalization and privatization, which has driven all over the world in a short span of time. In India, when we were there in the hands of British, there was no question of public and private sectors. When India got independence, the government of India has given greater importance for public sector in the beginning, so as to take care of all the activities. Both state and central governments have taken the keen responsibility of each activities in the beginning of independence. So because of that, in the beginning of independence, as well as in the first 5-year plan, Government of India has decided to give more responsibility on the shoulders of public sector. This scene was continued for the next 40 years, that is, for the next 4 decades. Up to 1990, when the new economic policy introduced in India on 24th of July 1991 under the leadership of former Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao and Finance Minister Manmohan Singh, they decided to shed the load of public sectors and encouraging to private entrepreneurs, because private sectors are always work-oriented, it means business-oriented. Public sectors are service-oriented. To increase the business, to increase the production of industrial sector, Government of India has decided to give more importance and encouraging private sectors in India immediately after 1991. So because of that, private sectors were dominated in India only after 1991. So after 1991, most of the manufacturing industries like cotton, jute, sugar, paper, cement and edible oil industries were given in the hands of private sector. And remaining industries were given in the hands of public sector. But here, the private sector, however, suffers from most of the limitations. There are certain limitations in private sector called it lacks in social responsibility, and private sectors gives scope for concentration of economic power in the hands of only few rituals, and private sectors are always unhealthy and unfair in their practices and encourages industrial sickness. And most of the industrial disputes takes place in private entrepreneurs, and the structure and non-priority investment problems also arise in private sector. This is all about the introduction of private sector. Now coming to the meaning part. Do you know what is the meaning of private sector? The sector which is owned and managed by private entrepreneurs, and there is no role of government in the activities of private sector is called as private sector. The entire shares are owned by a single entity. The 100% shares are owned and managed by a single entity is also called as private sector. Coming to the features of private sector. There are many features. Out of it, the first one is personal initiative. Private sectors are always leading their activities on their personal initiation. They never give space for any other person in leading the activities. They start their own business and they initiate it, they lead it with confidence. So, because of that, they always focus more on personal initiation. Coming to the second feature of private sector, that is rival competition. In private sector, in every moment of their activities, there is a neck-to-neck competition. Means there is a rival competition amongst different entrepreneurs. They focus more on others' activities. They observe more on others' activities. Based on that, they structurize their activities. So, rival competition is a most important feature of private sector because it expects competition to earn more profit. When they are able to compete with others, then there is a possibility of earning maximum profit. Coming to the third one, that is profit motive. Private sectors are always profit based, profit oriented, and profit motive. They never think of exploitation of resources, they never think of exploiting laborers. They focus only on how to increase the profit. They are all profit hunters. So, profit is the only base of private sectors. Coming to the fourth one, independent management. Each private sector has its own style of management, and most of the private business activities are run on the basis of their own style of management. As I said in the beginning, Mercedes-Benz car company is running its own style of management, and the cars are selling in the market only because of the independent style of that management. Coming to the next one, that is advertisement. Private sector activities are always depends on advertisement. The effective advertisement gives strength to the private sector to increase the output in the private sector. Coming to the next one, private finance. Private entrepreneurs never depend on finance from other persons, finance from other institutions. They always believe in their own independent finance. They never they never depend on, they never wait for others' finance. They always invest their own capital in the business activity. Coming to the next one, that is complete freedom. As I said in the beginning, private sectors are enjoying complete freedom. They are enjoying the monopoly freedom in their business activities. And government is also not interfering in the activities of private sector. Coming to the last feature of private sector, that is decision maker. Private entrepreneurs are decision makers and also policy makers of their own activities. They can make their own policy in the business activities, and they can take any kind of decisions. Once decision is made by the private entrepreneurs, that should be abide by all the workers of that particular business. Okay. And now coming to the next part of the private sector, that is objectives of private sector. There are many objectives of private sector. Out of it, the first one is private sectors are always high profit oriented and profit based. The base of the private sector is always how to earn maximum profit. By exploiting the entire atmosphere, they expect always how to earn maximum profit. Coming to the second objective, that is to fulfill the needs of consumers. Private entrepreneurs always focus more on the consumers' expectations. What consumers are expecting, they are trying to fulfill it. At any cost, at any time, they are always trying to fulfill the needs or else the wants of consumers. Once they are trying to fulfill it, they expect more profit from consumers. Coming to the next one, that is choosing correct organizational structure. Private sectors are always having their own organizational structure, their own picture, their own map, their own, for example, what we call it as layout of their own activities. In that particular layout, they are trying to work systematically for the success of business. Coming to the next objective of private sector, that is transparency in financial reporting. Financial reporting means how to create, how to make the records of their activities. Private sectors are always trying to maintain the systematic data and records of their activities, that is called as financial reporting. When it comes to public sector, they never maintain the records of their activities, but when we are going to visit the private sector enterprises, we will get the thorough information, the complete information of their particular activity, that is called as financial reporting. Coming to the next one, that is exploitation of resources. Private entrepreneurs are always exploiting both renewable and exhaustible resources. They never think of the future requirements. Whatever profit they are expecting, they are trying to exploit the entire resources in the nature. And coming to the next one, that is negligence of employers. Employees are always suffering a lot in case of private sectors. And workers, they never go for any strikes, lockouts. They never fight for their rights when it comes to private sector. Coming to the last objective of private sector, that is definite goal. Private sectors are always having their own definite goal of next 1 year or else next 5 years. In the beginning, they think of how much resource is required, and at the end of the day, they think of what profit will be there. So, based on that, they always have their own definite goal. With this, we'll stop today's discussion. Remaining part of the first unit we shall discuss in the next class. Thank you very much.